Maybe you're looking to leave your job or your career, or maybe you're just looking to jump ship from the W-2 world and create a business that gives you the freedom that you and your family want, while also making the impact and creating the income you truly deserve. But maybe you're not sure if that's the right move. I mean, should you leave the security of your job even if it does feel like it's time to get out? I mean, is that a disservice to your family? Shouldn't you have something in place first? That's why we actually put this video together for you. We want to share some of the signs that we saw in our job that made us realize it was time to leave, and the strategies we implemented after that to actually be able to leave our full-time jobs by creating a successful business so we never had to worry about financial security again. Quick backstory if you don't know who we are. My name is Marc Hildebrand. I was a police officer for 20 years. I was 100 pounds overweight. I was unconfident, unmotivated. I was a highly negative person, and I had no time for anything extra besides work. I was not the father or the husband that I truly wanted to be, and I could definitely convince myself not to take any action, no matter what area of my life we were talking about. But I came to this point where I wanted something different. It was actually a moment when my son was born, when he was 1 pound 9 ounces and he had to spend 73 days in the NICU. I realized that not only was I not giving my time and energy where I needed to, but my physical and mental health was also not helping the situation, and neither was my career. I found that I needed an exit strategy. After making that decision, I created a business that allowed me to work my full-time job, but ultimately led me to 4x my income at the LAPD so that I could leave my career early. Teresa, can you share your story real quick?
So I was working full-time outside of the home. I was working in hospital administration, and I really liked my job. However, I felt like I needed to do something more. Our kids were also really little, and I felt like I wanted to spend more time with them. One day I was driving to an event. Because we live in LA, there was a lot of traffic, so I got there late. When I showed up, I saw my daughter's face. She was happy to see me, but I had missed a really important part of the event. I felt like I had let her down. And when I told Mark, it sparked something in us. We truly wanted to change this and maybe even have me come home. So we got to work. And finally, in 2016, I was able to leave my full-time job and be home with my kids while helping run our business.
Now, we shared our story really quickly here, but we left out a couple different things that we really want to talk about right now that were indicators that it was time for us to leave our job. We want you to examine your job in these 5 areas to see if you're having any of the pulls to leave as well. Then from there, we'll share the strategies that we actually employed that made leaving our jobs even possible. The first sign that it was time to leave our job is because it was affecting our physical and mental health. Some of you may know that I actually suffer from something called Crohn's disease, which actually was brought on because of the stress of my LAPD career. If I had known that my career would bring that on and would activate it in my system, I probably would have never taken that step in the first place. But truth be told, I didn't know. And it just happened. And I've also decided not to use it as my kryptonite, but to use it as my superpower anyway. But that doesn't mean that I didn't want to look for an exit strategy, because it continued to cause me to suffer when it comes to my physical and mental health. So that was my first sign that it was time to get out. Let's move on to sign number 2.
Number 2 is you hate your work and you feel drained anytime you have to go in. It's affecting you emotionally and mentally to have to go into work. You get the Monday blues, but on a much bigger scale. You feel this constant dread of having to go to work.
Now, the third sign is that you're being mistreated at work. This could be from your boss. It could be from your coworkers. You maybe have even told people about what's going on and nobody seems to be helping. Now, this wasn't directly happening with me at work, but it was just the nature of the culture, just being a police officer in general. And I knew it was time for me to get out.
Number 4 is you have bigger dreams. You want a different lifestyle. You want to create your own business. You have bigger goals that if you're not working a 9 to 5, it would allow you the time and energy to move towards those goals.
And the 5th thing is it's making you live outside of your core values. If as a part of your career, you're forced to do things that make you feel icky, that make you feel like you're not delivering on your values, you're also going to dread going to work. Now, all of these 5 things can really be managed by some of the thoughts and beliefs that you have. But at the same time, if you find yourself under the constant stress from one or all 5 of these, and you've decided to make an entirely different decision, what is it that you can do to actually get yourself out of the job? Let's hit that up next. Option number 1 is find another career. Maybe something that does live into your values. Maybe in a place where you're not mistreated, that has great leadership and has great opportunities for advancement. Now, this can be an entirely different organization altogether, or if you're a police officer like I was, you can even leave to go to different divisions, different sections, so that you can find a different boss or a different leader altogether. There's many other options. Please don't feel that you have to just stick this out.
Number 2 is to create your own business and use your strengths to do something that you love. There's probably something that you're really good at that you can create a business around, something that people would pay you for. Maybe you're great at organization. Maybe you're great at graphic design. Maybe you're good at coaching. The possibilities are endless, but you can choose something that you already enjoy doing and create a business out of it. Or number 3, you can actually learn new skills that people will pay you for. For example, coaching. That's something that we did. We learned this new skill to allow us to bring more value to the marketplace.
That third one is really what changed the game for us. When we learned the skill of life coaching, it allowed us to help more people make a bigger impact in their lives while also making a huge impact in ours. I told you that we nearly 4x'd our income from when we had our corporate and LAPD jobs. But what I didn't tell you is the level of impact that we're making now is even far more exponential than we did back then. So find the skill that will do that for you. It could be one you already have, or maybe one that you need to invest in next. And if you're interested in going the life coaching route, I'll leave you a link in the description below. I actually co-created a life coach school that I run so I can help you learn that skill yourself. Now, the last possibility is to find someone else who's been in that position and get their guidance and advice and personal coaching along the way. They say success leaves clues, right? So if somebody else has been in a career or a job and has found a way to successfully exit that, it means that more likely than not, they actually have the blueprint to be able to duplicate that again. So connect with somebody at that level, and you'd be amazed at all the things that they're able to communicate and teach you and how quickly they can speed up that process. As a matter of fact, that is exactly why our Modern Leadership Inner Circle has just been launched. We wanted to help business owners who were like us, working their 9-to-5, but wanting an exit strategy. We also wanted to make it as affordable as possible so that you can learn the skills, have the community you need, and get our personalized help on behind-the-scenes live Q&As to help you answer all your questions while you're finding your path. If you're someone who wants to hear about how our inner circle works, click the join button below this video, and you'll see the 2 different levels that we have and see how we can team up to help you get there faster. Thank you for what you do out there every single day, and for tackling this tough conversation of how to know when it's time to leave your job and the steps to take once you do. And remember, this doesn't have to be an all or nothing. We did it over time so that we would have the security that we needed to know that we could still pay the bills while we were creating the life of freedom we truly wanted. And it's possible for you too. Looking forward to helping you do that, and keep leading from the front. Bye.